Cancer loves. In other words, if cancer is given these conditions, it thrives. It loves glucose. In fact, cancer cells consume 15 times the glucose of any other cell. Cancer also loves an environment where there's no oxygen. Cancer thrives in an acid environment. On the other hand, let's make a list of what cancer hates. And if cancer hates this is what we want to give to the body. Cancer hates no glucose. And cancer hates oxygen. The fact is, cancer cannot live in the presence of oxygen. And cancer hates an alkaline environment. How many Americans would be eating 90% acid, 10% alkaline? Is that true? No wonder cancer and heart disease are neck to neck for the #1 killers in the world today.
Disclaimer. The information provided in this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Do not disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have read or seen in this video. When it comes to cancer, O'Neill explains that cancer cells thrive in environments that are acidic, low in oxygen, and high in sugar. Knowing these things, she advocates for alkalizing the body, increasing oxygen levels, and reducing sugar intake. This approach forms the foundation of her cancer-conquering diet, which focuses on foods that destroy cancer cells and support overall health. Here are the top cancer-destroying foods that Barbara O'Neill recommends. 1. Alkaline grains. First on Barbara O'Neill's list of cancer-fighting foods are alkaline grains, such as millet, quinoa, amaranth, spelt, brown rice, and oats.
For your grains, the millet is alkaline. We had millet this morning. It's a delicious grain, isn't it? I'm sure you can understand when I said it needs to be dressed. It's basically a bland grain, but it's very nice with the stewed apple and the pear cream and the sprinkles on top. Or it's also very nice if you have it with savoury, your lentils. Quinoa. I think we'll be having quinoa at another breakfast time. These are alkaline grains, but they're also gluten-free grains, so that's made them very popular. Amaranth. Amaranth is a grain that's not very well known. I think the Aztecs, traditionally they've eaten the quinoa and the amaranth. It's a very tiny grain, and when you cook it, it goes like a lump of glue. But what I often do when my grandsons are with us, because they like a porridge, I'll put a little amaranth with the millet, or I'll put a little amaranth with the quinoa, or if they have oats, I'll put a little amaranth with the oats. So that's quite nice. Spelt. Spelt and kamut are wild hybrids of the original wheat.
These grains help to create an alkaline environment in the body, making it less hospitable for cancer cells. According to the American Institute for Cancer Research and the World Cancer Research Fund, consuming at least 90 grams of whole grains per day can help reduce the risk of cancer, particularly colorectal cancer.
What about grains? Millet. You tasted millet for breakfast. It's a delicious grain, isn't it? I think it's one of my favourites. It's a light, sweet grain. Millet is a little different to other grains. Instead of 2 cups of water to 1 cup of grain, you've got to do 3 cups of water to 1 cup of grain when you cook the millet. And always buy hulled millet. If you buy millet with its hull on, you can cook it for 2 weeks and it'll still be crunchy. Some people don't mind it, but if someone's got some colon problems, it might irritate a little. Quinoa. This is a grain Aussies are just beginning to become familiar with. It's spelt quinoa, but it's pronounced quinoa. The Aztecs love their quinoa. Aussies are starting to get familiar with it because it's a gluten-free grain. So is millet. Buckwheat. It's interesting that your alkaline grains are all your gluten-free grains. Spelt. One lady said to me, "How do you spell spelt?" That's how you spell spelt. Some say spelt is what wheat used to be. I don't know. I cannot confirm that. I was talking to a Polish lady one day. She said, "Oh, we've been eating spelt for centuries." Spelt is very similar to wheat.
These grains are also gluten-free, which helps reduce inflammation in the body, a key factor in preventing cancer development. O'Neill emphasizes that these grains are not only alkaline, but also rich in dietary fiber, which binds with harmful substances like carcinogens and helps eliminate them from the body, effectively reducing their impact. 2. Alkaline legumes. Barbara O'Neill identifies lima beans, lentils, and soy as the best alkaline-forming legumes.
Lima beans and lentils and soy are the 3 alkaline-forming legumes.
These legumes are packed with cancer-fighting nutrients and compounds, making them effective in preventing and fighting cancer. Lima beans are rich in protease inhibitors, which prevent the formation of cancer cells, especially in breast and colon cancers.
Soy. Soy is an alkaline legume. Lentils. Did you enjoy the red lentils this morning? They're delicious, aren't they? I could give them to my husband every morning. He loves red lentils and avocado on sourdough toast, his favourite breakfast. I myself like a little variety, so maybe I'll cook them for him 3 mornings a week.
Soybeans contain isoflavones which mimic estrogen in the body and may reduce the risk of hormone-sensitive cancers such as breast cancer. Lentils are rich in folate A-B vitamin essential for healthy cell division, and a deficiency in folate has been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers. Together, these legumes provide fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar levels, and saponins which inhibit the growth of cancer cells. 3. Lemons. Lemons are another powerful cancer-fighting food recommended by Barbara O'Neill.
But what I'd like to look at now is what foods have an acid effect and what foods have an alkaline effect. And this will enable you to ensure that you're having a more alkaline diet. So we're going to have a look at alkaline foods and we're going to look at acid foods. And you might be surprised to see that the first alkaline food I'm putting up here is the humble lemon. And you might say, no, the lemon's acid. It is. And it's acid where it should be. There's only one part in the body that should be acid. You know where that is? Stomach. It must be acid. If someone says, I've got a very acid stomach, I say, praise God. Because if you don't have an acid stomach, you can't break your proteins down. No, the lemon is acid where it should be. That's why you'll find that most of our salad dressings have lemon in them. But when it is broken down in the gut and the minerals are dispersed and absorbed into the blood and thus to the tissues, it has an alkaline effect because the lemon is high in the alkaline minerals, which is sodium and potassium, calcium, magnesium and iron. These are the alkaline minerals, and the lemon is high in the alkaline minerals. Don't you love the lemon? Every home should have a lemon tree. And if you're in a unit, you can have a lemon tree in a pot on your veranda.
High in alkaline minerals, such as sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and iron, lemons help maintain the body's pH balance and create an environment that is less hospitable to cancer cells.
The most alkaline forming food is the lemon. And you might say, lemon is acid. You're right, you test the lemon, it is acid. Acid where it should be, in the stomach where that should be acid. Because only in an acid environment can those enzymes work that break down your protein. But when the lemon is split into singular structures, absorbed into your little villi, gets into your blood, goes to the liver, and the liver sends that glucose from the lemon to the fuel to be burnt as fuel. Let's follow that little molecule of glucose way down into the energy cycle in the cell where it is burnt. All matter, when it is burnt, leaves an ash. And the food we eat, when it is burnt, inside every cell in the body is no exception. The lemon leaves an alkaline ash.
Lemons are also rich in antioxidants, including limonene, which has been extensively researched for its cancer-fighting properties. By regulating blood sugar levels and reducing inflammation, lemons help starve cancer cells of their primary fuel source, glucose, and support overall health. 4. Nuts. Nuts such as almonds, walnuts, and Brazil nuts are not only delicious snacks, but also potent cancer fighters.
So coming back to our alkaline forming foods, the two nuts are your almond and Brazil. And all your seeds have an alkaline effect.
Barbara O'Neill points out that these nuts are rich in healthy fats, fiber, and protein, which help keep blood sugar levels stable and prevent cancer cells from thriving.
These are two nuts that I eat every single day. They're the two Brazil nuts. Sorry, they're the two alkaline nuts.
Nuts are also packed with antioxidants like vitamin E and selenium, which protect cells from damage caused by free radicals. Omega-3 fatty acids, found abundantly in walnuts, have anti-inflammatory properties and can inhibit cancer cell growth, making nuts an essential part of a cancer preventive diet. 5. Leafy greens. Barbara O'Neill recommends dark green leafy vegetables, such as kale, spinach, collard greens, and parsley for their high content of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants.
Dark green leafy vegetables are also alkaline forming. Dark green leafy vegetables we should be eating every day. That's your kale, that's your parsley, that's your, what you call them, collard greens. Do you know, I've never seen collard greens in Australia. You can tell I'm in Alabama. They're a popular food here, but we do have spinach and silver beet, kale. We should be eating something from the dark green family of vegetables every single day. And if you don't, you really should have a dose of green barley or super greens.
These greens support regular bowel movements, which can reduce the risk of conditions linked to a higher risk of colorectal cancer. Leafy greens are rich in antioxidants, such as vitamins C and E and beta-carotene, which protect cells from damage and reduce inflammation.
Dark green leafy vegetables. Dark green leafy vegetables are the highest form of the magnesium. When you see dark green veggies, you know what you immediately think in your mind? There's my magnesium. There's my magnesium. When I did my nutrition course, I was astonished at the amount of minerals that you'll find in your dark green leafy vegetables. Remember that vegetables are high in fiber, high in minerals, low in sugars.
Compounds like glucosinolates found in kale have been shown to suppress cancer cell growth. These leafy greens also support the body's detoxification processes and help eliminate potential carcinogens. 6. Berries. Berries are another category of powerful cancer-fighting foods that Barbara O'Neill emphasizes. Rich in antioxidants and phytochemicals, berries protect cells from damage and help neutralize free radicals, reducing oxidative stress and inflammation. The fiber in berries supports digestive health and can lower the risk of colon cancer. Regular consumption of berries can boost the immune system and create an environment hostile to cancer cells. 7. Green tea. Green tea is a potent cancer-fighting beverage recommended by Barbara O'Neill. The catechins in green tea, particularly epigallocatechin gallate, are powerful antioxidants that can inhibit cancer cell growth and reduce the spread of cancer cells. Drinking green tea daily is a simple and delicious way to support overall health and boost the body's natural defenses against cancer. 8. Turmeric. Turmeric, known for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, is another cancer-fighting food highlighted by Barbara O'Neill. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, blocks cancer cell growth and can induce apoptosis or programmed cell death in cancer cells.
There is another herb that you can take on the inside to get inflammation down, and that's turmeric. Turmeric's a very powerful herb internally to get the inflammation down.
How often or how
So
much?
a teaspoon 3 times a day.
Sure.
If it's the fresh turmeric, you would triple that dose. If it's dried, then you bring it back.
Incorporating turmeric into daily meals can enhance the body's ability to eliminate cancer cells and support overall health. 9. Tomatoes. Tomatoes, rich in lycopene, are recommended by Barbara O'Neill for their cancer-fighting properties.
When you cook the tomato with an oil, and I think you'll agree with me, Olive oil and tomatoes go very nice. They almost hand in hand together. And you look at Lebanese food, Italian food, there's a lot of tomato and olive oil cooking. When it's cooked with an oil, it releases a plant chemical called lycopene. Lycopene is from the fat-soluble family, and that's another reason why we should be eating a little oil with our meals, because it helps release the fat-soluble vitamins. Lycopene is a potent antioxidant, and it has the ability to reduce the inflammation of the prostate gland, so that's good news, isn't it? So every man over the age of 40 should be having a cooked tomato and olive oil dish maybe 3 or 4 times a week. That's not hard.
Lycopene is a powerful antioxidant that helps protect against cancers such as prostate, lung, and stomach cancers.
Something happens when you cook tomatoes. When you cook tomatoes with olive oil, and I think you'll agree with me, it's the nicest oil to go with the tomato. When you cook tomato with olive oil, something's released that is not available in the raw tomato. It is a potent antioxidant called lycopene. Raw tomato will deliver what cooked tomato won't, and cooked tomato will deliver what raw tomato won't. I don't believe in an all-raw diet, and I don't believe in an all-cooked diet.
Cooked tomatoes are particularly beneficial, as the cooking process increases the bioavailability of lycopene, making it easier for the body to absorb and utilize. 10. Ginger. Ginger is a powerful root with anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, making it a valuable addition to the cancer-conquering diet.
And now we're going to look at ginger. And ginger, you'll see that it's in the flu bomb. It's a heating herb. If someone has been out shoveling snow and they come in and they're extremely cold, give them a cup of hot ginger tea. And you will see that they will warm up quite quickly. So you can use ginger internally and you can use it externally. So first of all, we'll look at it internally. Internally, you can grate it on this little fine grater, probably about a teaspoon, and you pour a cup of boiling water on it. Let it just sit for about 10 minutes and strain it, and there's your ginger tea. So that hot ginger tea can be used to warm someone up. It can be used for someone's got a cold, sore throat. It also can be used for anyone that's got an upset stomach. So it's an anti-nausea herb. So it's not only a heaty herb, but it's an anti-nausea herb. If you buy seasickness or car sickness tablets, you'll find they're just compressed ginger.
Barbara O'Neill recommends ginger for its ability to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, which are linked to cancer development. Ginger can inhibit cancer cell growth and induce apoptosis, making it an effective natural remedy for cancer prevention. 11. Sodium bicarbonate, baking soda. Barbara O'Neill also highlights the use of sodium bicarbonate, or baking soda, as a potent cancer-fighting tool.
And when you understand that cancer hates the alkaline environment, and sodium bicarbonate is the major alkalizer. In fact, in the lining of the stomach there's sodium bicarbonate to neutralize stomach acid that might try and get through. The pancreas releases sodium bicarbonate because as the food comes out of the stomach into the small intestine, it's mixed with the acid from the stomach. So the pancreas releases sodium bicarbonate to neutralize that acid environment.
So what is happening is the sodium bicarb is infiltrating in through the skin. It's coming into the tissues and it's causing a very alkaline environment to be created in this whole body.
Sodium bicarbonate creates a highly alkaline environment, which cancer cells cannot survive. By increasing the pH of the body, sodium bicarbonate allows a rush of oxygen into cancer cells, effectively killing them. Sodium bicarbonate's ability to disintegrate cancer masses quickly makes it impossible for fungi to adapt, providing a powerful defense against cancer.
I would only advise drinking sodium bicarbonate if someone had stomach cancer, or if someone had throat cancer, they could gargle with it. If someone had lung cancer, they could put that mixture, a teaspoon of sodium bicarbonate, a cup of water in a spray bottle, and learn how to spray, breathe it in, and breathe that mist into their lungs.
These 11 foods are key components of Barbara O'Neill's cancer-conquering diet. By incorporating these foods into your daily diet, you can create an environment that is hostile to cancer cells and support your body's natural ability to heal. Remember, it is always important to consult with a healthcare provider before making significant dietary changes, especially if you have underlying health issues or are on medications.